If this is the year that you have decided to be financially stable, then kudos to you, because I am going to make work very easier for you. If you're a beginner who wants to be financially stable and you want to walk this journey, then guess what? We are in it together, because this is the year that I have decided to be financially stable and start making those decisions that you can also be able to copy me, and let's get into this journey. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Something about finances is, if your finances are not great, everything just feels scattered. You cannot be able to buy the things you want to buy for yourself. You're not comfortable using your money because you normally feel like it's always going. Then you need to work on your finances, because you being able to be financially stable will save you a lot of stress that you do not have to be having every single day. So what are the baby steps you can be able to take as a beginner who wants to be able to be financially free? These are the baby steps that I am planning, and you also can be able to get started with me, and let's get this financial journey kick started. Okay, so the first thing, that having to start saving for your emergency fund. I cannot shout this anymore enough, because I know how not having an emergency fund will make you look like a fool. You do not want to be walking in this world without any emergency fund. Like, what happens when you lose that job, when your business does not bring in the money, or when you get sick, or you are just unable to be able to work physically, or even just work for you to be able to make that money? How then will you be able to pay for your bills? That is where an emergency comes in place, and I will create a video. I will leave for you a video that can help you and show you exactly my first way in which I have been able to get started in saving for my emergency fund, because that is number one thing you cannot play around with. You need to have an emergency fund and put as little as a 1 month, a 3-month emergency fund on that on your savings for your emergency fund, because it will save you a lot. And for every beginner, I always say this: when you want to get started with an emergency fund, the first thing is you need to understand your budget. You need to know, how much am I using, how much am I overspending, or how much do I need to cut off so that I can be able to save for this emergency fund. And you cannot do this without having a budget tracker that you can get on the descriptions on this video down here below. That budget tracker is a done for you budget tracker. It will help you to get started in understanding your finances and understanding your budget, knowing where you are overspending on a monthly basis. Because if you cannot track the small amount of money you are overspending, you will not be able to see where you can actually take this money from and start saving for things like emergency fund. And that is one thing you need to have. So grab yourself the budget tracker on the descriptions below. The second thing is, you need to start paying off your debts. Yes, you cannot. So someone will be like, I'm saving for an emergency fund. Where will I get the money to pay the debts? This is the honest truth. You cannot choose either the two. You need to be able to at least pay the debts that you owe people. Either it's on a bank, you actually took a loan to start a business, or either it's just a school loan that you're supposed to pay, or any kind of loan, credit card loan, or any kind of loan that you are owing the bank or people. You need to actually sit and put aside, okay, I need to be placing this amount of money on a monthly basis to pay off this debt. Yes, you can cut off a bit of amount of that money to pay off, and then another portion to get started with things like your emergency fund. So you cannot choose which one to pay and which one not to pay. Okay, so, and when it comes to paying off your debts, you can literally talk to people. Things like bank, if you owe them for this long period of time, you can just go and reach out to them. Maybe things are not working the way you want. You can go and reach out and talk to them. They are just human beings. They can be able to understand, and you guys can negotiate and come into a conclusion. Okay, so go out and speak to people. If it's a family loan from someone you owe in your family, go and speak to them. Like, they give you a grace period so that it can be easier for you to be able to pay that loan on a longer period of time, but at least with not so much stress. Okay, so make them understand the situation you're in. Maybe business is not working the way you want, or maybe you are not making the money that you used to make. Maybe your job, there's a cutoff and everything. Make them understand, and just do your due diligence and actually start paying off, because it may take 2 years, but after you're done paying off the debts, you'll just feel this freedom inside of you. So start paying off the debts. Stop ignoring them. Nobody will pay it for you. Okay, another thing is start saving and investing with a little amount of money you can have. I talked about start saving for real estate with as little as 3,000 Kenyan shillings, and I have been able to teach people on how to get started in investing with real estate. You don't need to be a landowner. You don't need to be a landlord. You don't need to own a home in order for you to start investing in real estate. You can literally start with as little as 3,000, 5,000 Kenyan shillings and get started in investing in real estates. Another thing is you can buy stocks and shares. One problem is people do not want to involve themselves in the knowledge of understanding how to buy shares, where you can buy shares, and how you can be able to make money with shares. This is something you can sit down, take time, 3 months, understand, learn, go through these things. You can be able to find this kind of content on the online space, on YouTube, on TikTok. Follow up on these people. If you need, go and approach these personal finance coaches who you trust, not everybody, who you trust, and then approach them and tell them, I want to start investing with this amount of money. This is how much I can afford on a monthly basis. Then how do I get started? Yeah. Or when it comes to saving, the little amount of money you can start to saving, I always tell people, is you can start with whatever amount of money you have. I started saving with a little amount, as little as 50 Kenyan shillings, and this is a commitment I have put myself into. At times I forget, but I actually decide, you know what, on a daily basis I want to save as little as 50 Kenyan shillings or 100 Kenyan shillings, and I have an app. This app is called Chums. It's a Kenyan app that allows you to save as little as 20 bob, 10 bob. Whatever amount of money you can be able to put aside, start saving. And when you start saving, save with intentionality. When you are able to understand, I'm saving this money so that by the end of the year, I want to be able to start a business. By the end of the year, I want to buy this. I want to be able to do this. Then you will have that commitment to save. And so many people give themselves excuses that maybe I need to go to the bank or anything, or I need to have this huge amount of money. I have literally told you, Chums can allow you to start saving with as little as 10 bob, 20 Kenyan shillings. So it doesn't have to be a bigger amount of money that can commit yourself. You can just tell yourself, by the end of the month, I want to save 5,000. Yeah, so on a daily basis, how much do I need? When that end of the month comes and you have not reached the target, or maybe you have surpassed the target, it will give you the energy and a reason to be able to even save more, or even put more effort in saving. You get it? So saving is not just for the perfect or people who have money, but it is a discipline that you need to acquire and learn on a daily basis. Okay, start putting aside money for retirement. I cannot speak this any louder. Being a firstborn in my family, I understand everything to do with black tax. This is something that is eating so many young people, especially millennials like me. We are going through a hard time. Like, you have to pay a lot of things for your parents, for your siblings, just because your parents are not able to do that. You know that. And this is an education that so many older people or our parents did not get. The financial education to be able to start saving for their retirement as early as in your 20s, in your 30s. get into the mood of saving for your retirement. And when you can be able to understand the pain that black tax offers you, I don't think you will want to take the same cycle to your children. So saving for your retirement is non-negotiable. I literally will tell you this. Go and start saving for your retirement fund. And Kenyans, this goes out to Kenyans, especially employed ones. Like, someone knows that their employer is cutting them the money for NSSF, so that is a farm. Is it a farm or a fund? Whatever that cuts off. It's like a national-wide way in which they cut you money for retirement, for pension fund. But the amount of money they are cutting you is very little compared to the money you are making. Yeah. So if you can be able to set aside an account and open account, a personal pension account, a private pension account for yourself, and just be saving as little as 1,000 bob on a monthly basis, or 2,000, depending on how much you are making. So this is up to how much you're making. I always say the more you make, the more you save. Okay, so if you're making more, save more. If you're making less, cut less, but just don't ignore, like completely ignore, unless you are not making any money. And if you're not making any money, then that means you need to put yourself out there in learning skills that can help you to be able to make money, or starting businesses that can help you to make money. Okay, so you cannot ignore pension fund, retirement fund. You need to start saving for your private pension funds. Okay, now the last one, and this goes out to every parent out there. I am a parent, so this goes out to every parent out there. It's optional, but I think it's really like in demand for every parent to do this. You need to set aside kids funds. You need to set aside money for your kids. So this is the outline that I have when it comes to kids fund. I'll create a full video around this, and I'll also show you how I'll be saving for my kids. So when it comes to kids funds, this is, you know, when you finish high school or you graduate out of college, and then life just hits you. You are supposed to be out there making money for yourself, looking for jobs and everything, and you just don't know where to get started to. You know, it can be very frustrating as a young person, and that is something I had to go through. And I felt like, you know what, I don't want my kids to go through the same hardship. If I can be able to start saving the little amount of money I have for my kids right now. My oldest is 5 years old, so if I can be able to start saving for my son, who is 5 years old right now, by the time they are hitting 20, 24, when they're done with their college and everything, that money can be able to boost them to start something in their life. Either if they are skilled, they can be able to start saving, doing businesses, or using that money to start a business. Or better yet, I can teach them as time goes by. I teach them on how to invest and finances, so by the time they are growing, when they get that money, they have the mindset to know you need to invest, you need to put here, and you need to set this amount of money so that you can be able to grow your finances. Yeah, so this is just a way of helping your child to start, not to start from zero, but to actually start from at least 2 steps ahead. You know, it will really make work easier for them. So if you can be able to start saving for them, just set aside money, kids fund it, and this is not money that is going to be paying their school fees. So you can be able to set a different fund aside that is an educational fund for them, but this one is just specifically just to help them by the time they are 20 years after they are done with school and everything. This can be a kickstart to their life. They can be able to have money to start rental, owning a home. They can be able to have money to be able to start a business, grow themselves without having to go through the same cycle we went through. It will literally take you another 10 years before you can make that money, so that you can be able to start just doing the things that other people are doing. So kids fund is really something that I feel will literally help you, especially if you're a parent, to kickstart that journey for your child and make it very easier for them to get started. Okay, so if so far you have found value in this video and you are like, Julie, I really appreciate whatever you are speaking with me. I really thank you so much for watching this video first of all. And if you just want to support my videos, you want to support my channel, you can always get everything on the descriptions on how to support this channel on the description down here below. And you can also support me through buying my digital products and just always watching my videos, because it does a great job out there. Okay, so from me to you again, it's thank you. I hope you will put whatever I have taught you into practice and you can be able to kickstart your journey to being financially stable. So till next time, bye bye, see you.